Today marks a journey of a brand new account, free to play, trying to hit Mythic with brewing, nothing else, no money involved. And will we do it? I don't know. But our first step is to log in, register a brand new account. Obviously, never really played Arena very much, so we gotta make a new one, and let's get into it. So our first step is to have the tutorial, which is like a 15-minute process. Even though I've marked that I've played a lot of Magic before, Magic the Gathering Arena still wants you to play the tutorial, how to beat the AIs, obviously could get through that, and now we are finally in, and we are allowed to brew up and figure out what we're gonna do. So we're finally in, we're a brand new account. What's our first step to kind of building up a collection? I choose to, look up all the codes, enter all the codes in. We finally enter all the codes in, and now we can open up our, 30, 40 packs, see what we get, and finally figure out what we're gonna brew up and see if we can get somewhere in Mythic. After opening all of our packs, I look into Standard because I think the lands in this format are gonna be the easiest to craft, and to have good mana base is always a great place to be. So after looking at all of our cards, I kind of go through the mythics and rares and see that most of our cards are in red and black. We have a Blood Tithe Harvester, we have some good rare mythics, we have some good black mythics and rares. So overall, I think Rakdos is where we want to be in our first brew here. So I kind of just comb through all of the cards we have and just put together this ball of Rakdos. It's not really coherent or have a game plan, but with the collection being so small, we kind of have to just pick and choose from there. So we get paired up against our first opponent, Got Soy Milk 13, I believe, and we have a decent hand. Obviously, it's fairly aggressive. Our deck is aggressive. We're up against some blue-white, pile that they have. They slam a Raffine's Informant, which is definitely a scary and spooky card. I'm thinking maybe, this is some combo deck. They discard another Raffine's Informant. I'm feeling good. Kill the creature, get in there. Really trying to push the advantage because our deck is not really long game heavy. It's just like beat stick, kill them, traditional Rakdos stuff. We want to kill them as fast as possible, but we do have the the Volt Surge and the Experimental Synthesizer, which is a really good combo, like just in Standard in general. So definitely excited to push our advantage here. We play out our a 3/2 creature. We lose 2 life. We kind of we think about killing this creature, but the reason we don't is because our 3/1 makes it unblockable anyway, or can't be blocked. So, we kind of push our advantage, kind of save this, 1 mana 4 damage burn spell for, something that's important. Our opponent, in the tank here, really thinking about it, plays a 3/3, which is very good because whenever they attack, they just draw a bunch of cards. We save it for the main phase to sack our Experimental Synthesizer. We get a, Shadow Prophecy, which is definitely a really good card. Just a decent draw too. We beat them down for 7. They're at 7. We got lethal on board. We also got a nice burn creature in our hand. We get to draw 2 and pick 2, which, those were 2 pretty decent draws. Our Bomb Mythic, I believe, in the 4-drop that is a first striker and can, give additional, damage output. Just a really good card overall. And our opponent's definitely on the back foot here. We're trying to push our advantage. Their deck seems a little bit better than ours. They have a little bit better cards. They have March of the Otherworldly Light. They have, the Thirst for Discovery or Knowledge, whichever that was called. They have some actual good cards in our deck. Well, on the other hand, not the best. So at this point, all we got to find is a removal spell, and we can finally take down our first match. So we're hoping that we can get there. And we do have a card draw here, and we find a removal spell for the Raffine's Informant, and we take down our first match. We get into our second match, which is up against Cross, whatever their name is. We definitely have a good hand, but the problem is our opponent just concedes. So I'm showing all the matches, at least in the first episode. So anyways, let's get into the third match. We're getting into our third match up against Snarsh, and our hand's definitely keepable. It's not amazing, but our opponent's start is even better than ours. They have a Phoenix Chick, and then we have just a 1/1 on the ground. They play another Phoenix Chick, which is definitely, scary because their deck looks real, and do a removal spell. And we're kind of sitting here with nothing to do. They play the Kamanu, which is also a terrifying card. We take this too. We use our Volt Surge because, in case they play a card post-combat, we really want to save it. They don't play anything, so we just end up using our removal spell, kind of, have mana efficiency. And then we also have, our 3-mana removal spell up here in case, they play something on the ground, which, second chapter, assumably. We get a nice, 1-for-1 there. We're looking pretty good. We draw a Beetle, which was a huge draw because we have these enchantments that we really need to do. And then I make a great mistake. I didn't read the card. I thought it said +2/+2, not +2/-2. Big punt, huge punt, and we lose the game. We are getting into the final match of the episode, and we're looking at a start in hand, which, it doesn't have a black source, but I decided to keep it because, it does have a decent curve. If we find a land, it's not it's not huge, but it's not horrible. We end up finding the land, which was, definitely a helper. Unlocks our hand, gets us the 3-drops, gets us our, our 2-drop, Tashimo, and our, our good 3-drop here. Kind of have a pretty aggressive looking hand here. I wanted to get the 3 points in instead of, the 2 with the other, our 2-drop there. And our opponent's deck definitely is looking interesting, like a ETB's Matters deck. They get a nice 2-for-1 here, but this really kind of plays into our enchantment here, where we get to, -1/-1 this creature, and then push in for, 4 damage, and then, we get to make this play again, and, like, it kind of makes it so they can't play out their 3-drop again. If they want to, it's, it's a viable play, but it's definitely not, the ideal play. So they end up playing another one of these weird 2-drops I've never seen before in my life. And, we draw another land. We give our creature +2/+2 here, kind of push some damage. And we're definitely happy with the way this is looking. I decided to play out our, Samurai here, Menace, kind of, pushing the advantage here that we have. We're definitely the beatdown right now. We don't want to go long with what seems to be like a token or like, I don't know. But this was definitely a cool pump spell. I'm surprised they didn't eat our Storm card. Don't know the name of it, but surprised they just traded there. I thought that was a very, I want to say incorrect, but definitely a weird option here. Not saying that was the wrong play, but I definitely did not think that was the right play. I learned from my mistake last game, and we used this enchantment as a removal spell, not as a pump spell. That was huge. Very big brained of me, I know. Definitely, I still can't get over that mistake. That was horrible. Definitely, pushing our advantage here. They have, I believe, another one of these pump spells that kind of makes a 1/1, which is definitely really cool with the 2-drop that they have there. Because if you can make 2 tokens there, that gives all of your tokens Death Touch, and that's like a really cool play. And I definitely like kind of believe that would be really awesome. We could have drawn 2 there, but again, playing to the board, trying to push our advantage. We just want to kill the opponent. They, poop out some of those, 3-drops that we knew about. We draw a nice creature, which this is probably one of our more powerful spells in our deck. So I definitely slam this one. Definitely, they don't really have the best blocks here, so I shove with the team. They definitely could have blocked a little bit better than they did here. I think the 2/2 on the 1/3, kind of just bounces off each other. That is like the freest block. And then, the 3/1s can definitely trade off here. But I think our opponent just like makes like a really, I think this is their, final block, which doesn't really make sense. Like you can keep your 2-drop alive, kill 2 creatures. I mean, this is bronze, so definitely a little bit of, new players. We end up killing their creature, and we win our final game of the episode. So I am definitely excited for that, and we finally hit bronze 3. And that wraps up the first episode of Free to Play Road to Mythic. Definitely an exciting video. We did quite a lot. We, opened a lot of packs. We brewed up this deck, quote unquote. Definitely not a great build, but we don't have many cards, so that's where we're at. Overall, I'm very excited about this series. I hope you all are too, because I'm asking you right now to stop the video. Please smash the like, comment, and subscribe button, because that is the best way you can help me. This is definitely a new series, a new style of editing. It's a lot of stuff for me. It's going to be a very time-intensive series, so I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your all's time. If you're not interested, just let me know. If you are interested, please comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, to make this series the best it can be for you, the viewer. I'm excited because I love brewing and I love Magic and I love the challenge. So if you are interested, that's the best thing you can do, is like, comment, subscribe, and really commenting and letting me know what you didn't and did like about the video editing, the style, what you want to see in the future. All of that is super important for the series if you want it to stay alive. So overall, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching this video. I really appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next episode.